Perfect.
Smile, play it cool. Okay. What's popping, my LillyPops? Thank you for tuning back into my channel. Today I made slime out of a secret ingredient that you'll see in a second, and I did 3-strand twists, of which this was the final. Wow, that didn't pop back how I thought it would. This is the final product. This is not the best twist out by any means. Twist outs are hit or miss anyway, so I don't feel bad. And plus I got a really cute picture for IG, so if you see me on there, mind your business. I made a major misstep when making the slime, but I do have a little problem with instructions that I'm trying to work through. There could be a 10-step instruction, and once I get to step 6, I feel like I got it from there. And honestly, that is where my slime went left. But nonetheless, I think that I pretty much got what it was supposed to do. So let's pop off. Today we're literally using rosemary oil as a preservative, flax seeds as our main ingredient, and water to hold it together. Start off by adding 2.5 cups of water to a pot, and you want to put this on medium to high heat, and add a 1/4 cup of flax seeds. Trust me, I tried a little bit under, a little bit over, had to do this 3 times to get an okay consistency. And flax seeds tend to get stuck to the pot, so from the offset, just make sure you're giving it a good twirl around so nothing's sticking to anything. And flax seeds boil expeditiously, so please keep a close eye on this. I find myself having to reduce the heat at certain times because it just became too much. But while this is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and create my rosemary oil since I don't already have it at home, but I want to use ingredients that I have in the house. So I'm using olive oil as a carrier oil and just going in and adding rosemary leaves to that oil and letting it sit for about 5 minutes so that the rosemary gets infused, and voila, I have a rosemary oil. And at this point, the flax seeds are like boiling over, and I'm freaking out because this literally always happens to me. So I had to reduce the heat a little more because it just got too hectic. And you're looking for a gooey consistency. Right here, you see that it's still watery, so I know it's not ready. And then at about 15 minutes into boiling, I'm like, okay, we're getting there. It's not thick, but still it's not extremely drainy as though it's just water and seeds in a pot. So I know that we're getting there. Ultimately, at about the 18 to 20 minute mark, that is when the consistency that we're looking for is going to come to fruition. Look at that snot. It looks disgusting, but this is what you want. This is the flaxseed gel. You'll notice that a film has created over the flax seeds, and this is the consistency that you want. And then we're going to move on to draining, in which we're using a regular pantyhose. If you have a kitchen strainer, please use that as well. I don't. I have a pasta strainer and the holes are too big, so I'm using my pantyhose and going ahead and adding that flaxseed mixture into it. And then also within this point, I just want to let everyone know, if you let the flaxseed sit and cool for over 30 minutes, sometimes it gets a little too stuck and too goopy and it's hard to strain it. So if this happens for you, please just go in with a spoon. Make sure that you're getting all your contents because we are not wasting money. And then you can also add a bit of hot water to the actual pantyhose to make sure that you're softening up that mixture and then going on to drain. And I know this looks disgusting. It literally looks like a mucous membrane that you're draining, but ultimately, I mean, this is gel. This is what gel almost looks like in real life. It's just, you know, a natural form of doing it. And then again, I made that rosemary oil because you have to realize we're using natural ingredients, and realistically, things have an expiration date. We're not using silicones and other manufactured preservatives to make sure that this lasts a long time. So the rosemary oil acts as a preservative to make sure that you could put this in the fridge for like 3 to 4 weeks and it will last you, to make sure that we didn't do all of this just for a one-time use. So again, I added that water to break it up because it's giving me a bit of difficulty straining. And then I went in and added the rosemary oil, but this was my misstep because I put in too much rosemary oil. It's supposed to help with preserving, but I low-key turned this into more of an oily mixture as opposed to a gel. So I understand that this is where I messed up. So when I make it in the future, I'm just going to make sure that I don't overdo it on the oil, but you just go ahead and mix that up. You can see that consistency, and then put it into an applicator bottle or a bowl, whatever your preference is. An applicator bottle works perfectly, less mess, and just shake it up to get that oil infused with the mixture, and then we're on to application. Literally, when I ran this clip back, I was so drove because in addition to my hair being jet black, sometimes it can be hard to see things such as definition of curls and ultimately what I'm doing on camera. And then I noticed that I was out of frame. I'm doing 3-strand twist. I know that people typically do Good morning. Your girl is tired and my headscarf literally is always pushed back when I wake up in the morning. I don't know what goes on when I sleep, but I just put a little tea tree oil on my fingertips just in case my hands are extremely dry and I don't want to frizz up those twists more than they need to be. And my hair already has a tendency to be extremely frizzy. So just go through and undo those twists. And the crazy thing about twist outs is they look so skimpy before you actually pick them out. Like, oh my gosh, I'm just looking at this like, there's no way this is my hair. Like, my hair plays so many games. I know they be like, oh, the shrinkage is real, but it really escalates with me. And then I have my results. Yes, oh girl, not the best twist out, but please, I did what I could. Try my best. I'm so irritated at this point because it took so much. I wanted a bomb twist out, but still I'm happy. But I was in for a surprise because in doing this twist out, I realized something about my hair. You all see what I'm talking about, but we'll get into that in the next video.